Hello, howdy, welcome everybody.
Need more water.
Hello, howdy, welcome, hi. I don't know how to do these anymore. It's been a long time. I think I finally figured out my niche for doing these kind of vlogs where I will do like these updates like once every 2 to 3 months. And then I'll say that I'll be coming back and doing more, but then I really won't. And I'll just wait 2 or 3 months and then I just have a montage of things that I did because I was just, too lazy to make a video. Should I roll the montage now? I'm gonna roll the montage now. Roll the montage!
Wait, what's that sound?
I honestly don't even remember what I did. Another beautiful, wonderful update about what's going on in my life. Owen, come here. Come here, Owen. Come here, Owen. Good boy. Owen's still here. He's still doing Owen things. Yes, no, what? No, yes. You have snot on your face. That's disgusting. So, what? Today is, it's the first video of the new year. Yeah, we're already halfway through January, and I'm finally getting around to making the first video. So, hi. Welcome back. Really big change going on in my life right now. I am moving. Yay! I am moving from Oklahoma City and I'm moving to Colorado Springs, Colorado. Oh my gosh! I am pretty excited about this. The job title is digital content creator. So I'm going to be taking lots of pictures, I'm going to be taking lots of video, and I'm going to be doing lots of things that will be going on like social media stuff like Facebook and Twitter and stuff like that. And the way that the job was described to me and the fact that it's out in Colorado Springs, which is the beautiful Colorado Springs, I'm very excited. I am very, very excited about this. I left my job down here in Oklahoma City right before Christmas. If I was able to pass on any future knowledge, essentially me and it wasn't working out. It wasn't the best situation. Talked to my boss and said, hey, I'll work for you up until Christmas, but then afterwards I think it's best that we just part ways because I don't really think that we're in the best situation here. So I quit before I got another job. And I would recommend that if someone else was in my situation, I would say, hey, my hair's messed. I would say, hey, maybe really take a look at your situation before you do that. I got very lucky. I had enough saved up that I was able to live. I was able to pay my bills, pay rent, get groceries. So I was good for a little bit, but I remember thinking at one time when I was just sitting here doing nothing, waiting for interviews to happen, waiting for possible jobs come back to me. I was sitting here yeah, you know what? Having some money right now wouldn't be bad. But kind of on the flip side, not having a job made it really easy for me to look for other jobs and just say whenever an interview did come through, it's just I'm free whenever, and I didn't have to deal with the awkwardness of taking that phone call at work. And it's also made it a lot easier to look for apartments and try to plan things whenever I didn't have that job. So it has its pros and cons, but if I would do it over again and I didn't have as good as setup as I did at the time, then I probably wouldn't have probably wouldn't have been that rash about it. But I wanted to do it because I guess for just my own personal happiness, my own mental health. It's I really wanted to take it. That, and I didn't have a mortgage, I didn't have a wife, and I didn't have kids. So but yes, I'm moving out to Colorado Springs sometime. I don't have an official start date yet. It's just within the next couple of weeks. I'm looking at going out to Colorado Springs this next week to really take a look at these apartments, see if I can get something signed, go out, meet the people that I'm working for, get all the paperwork and stuff filled out there, and then move. Pick up all of my junk, which I really don't think I have a lot of big stuff. Really, my biggest things are going to be the TV, my bed, and the futon. Those are really kind of the big things. What else? What else? I got a gym membership, and I'm gonna see how long I can keep that going. I got about 8 apartments I need to go take a look at. I've heard back from 3 of them. One, I'm not really. It's pretty like what? What do you? A video that I was wanting to do earlier. Actually earlier last year. Really kind of around Thanksgiving time, and I did it, and I never edited it because I'm lazy. Was essentially a list of rules. Follow these, and I think everyone will get along happier. Things will be better. This is what I say to improve humanity and make life a lot better. So I'm going to start with traffic. And the reason I'm starting with traffic is because since moving down to Oklahoma City, I have developed a very slight, I developed like that much road rage, just a little bit. Rules about driving. 1, if you're at a traffic light and I don't care if you're on your phone when it's at a red light at a traffic light. I don't care. I mean, whatever. But if the light's green and you're still on your phone, ticket. You're in trouble, mister. No, that is not okay. If the light is green, you go. You get that phone out of your hands and you pay attention to where you're going. I cannot tell you how many times I've been sitting at a traffic light, the light goes green, and the person in front of me does not go because they're sitting there on their phone. No. Because never, ever should someone be at the front of the line, light turns green, and they wait. Let's go. And this one's fresh in my mind because where I used to work, I had to go through construction. Well, I mean, there's construction right in front of my apartment. I had to get through this pretty bad construction part whenever I was going to work. If there is a bunch of signs that says, hey, left lane ending, merge right, or things like that, and you see that there's a development of a line of cars, do not get in the other lane and drive all the way up to the front and then try to get it over at the last second. You're a jerk. Stop. You're not better than anybody else. We're all trying to get home. Just get in line. Now, if you're driving up there and you notice the line, pretty much you're in the other lane and then it's boom, line. It's oh geez, I missed the exit. Don't go all the way to the front. Stop where you're at and try to get over as soon as possible. Most people understand that whenever you miss the ending. Just don't be that guy, please. Don't be the guy that goes all the way to the front and it's oh, I'm going to get in front of here because I want to get home. We all want to get home. I wouldn't call it courtesy or not. It's there's not a law to do it, but it's just common decency. So if it rains or it snows or ices over or if the roads are not perfect, wonderful asphalt roads, slow down. Do not be driving 60 in a 55 when it's pouring rain because that's how you're going to get into an accident and you're going to hit me or somebody else that's not doing anything stupid. Just slow it down, okay? Also, this kind of goes hand in hand with that. Turn on your lights when it is hard to see other cars. The lights are not there, or the headlights aren't on so that they can see the road. It's noon. We can see it. The sun is able to light enough that we can see the road. The problem is we can't see other cars. So we're not trying to illuminate what's in front of us. We're trying to make sure someone else says, hey, there's a car there. So please turn on your lights. Good rule of thumb, which is a law in Missouri, but I'm not really sure if it's a law anywhere else. If your windshield wipers are on, turn your lights on. It's easy to remember, it's nice, and you don't get into as many accidents. You have to be within eyesight of the car to call a shotgun. You can't be inside Macy's and be all right, hey, we're getting ready to go. Shotgun? No, that's not how that works. You have to be within eyesight. The reason I say that is the person who is in shotgun is the DJ of the car. The driver's not the DJ. The people in the back seat are the DJ. The person in shotgun is the DJ. They get the aux cord. They get the Bluetooth connected. Shotgun gets the aux cord. They get the Bluetooth connection first. They are the ones in charge of music. If they ask what anyone else likes, that is a courtesy to them. That is them being nice. But it is the person in shotgun in control of the music. This was kind of a problem back when I was in high school, but it's not really a big problem now. If somebody invites themselves over to your house, it is not your responsibility to feed them or give them beverages. It was just the thing where people coming over to my house and then eating my food. I'm dude, if you are going to go over to somebody's house, whether it be for a party or you're just kind of going over there, then bring something. Just bring chips or beer or pop or whatever. It doesn't really matter. Now, if I invite somebody over to my house, then yeah, I should probably have some things here for them to snack on, whether it be chips or, I don't know, a veggie platter. I don't know what people like these days. But what I'm saying is for people that are unaware, it is rude for you to invite yourself over to somebody else's house and then say, hey, where's your food? If you're like in a supermarket and you're in an aisle and you see someone walking towards you and you're gonna like pass them, you pass on the right. I'm tired of this whole like, oh, which way should I go? Just assume pass to the right. If you have a child, you are a parent, and you bring that child out into the public and they are in a confined area, let's say a movie theater or a restaurant or an airplane. Not an airplane. Airplane's a horrible example. We'll stick with the movie theater. And the child is making lots of crying noises, lots of loud sounds, interrupting the experience for everybody else. If they're doing that for, I just say rule of thumb, over 20 seconds, please remove them from that environment until they calm down. It's not that we all hate children. It's not that, like me personally, I love kids. But when I'm sitting here watching Logan, I don't want to have that experience ruined because you brought your 3-year-old there. I did have a note here for that phone button, that thing that like goes on the back. It's like the little suction cup thingy. I had a note here, but I made a deal with somebody. So all I'm going to say is if you get personal use out of it, like you like having that on there because like I get to do a thing. If you find a personal use out of it, great, perfect, fantastic. Speaking of people being rude, that rule of like we're not going to start eating until everyone's present, throw that out the window. No, stop it. That's wrong. That's messed up. That's not. No. When someone says lunch is going to be served at noon and everyone there is there at noon except for Uncle Jimbo, then just go ahead and start eating at noon. Just go ahead. Start. Because if it's noon, everyone else is hungry. And it's like, well, can we start eating? No, Uncle Jimbo's not here. Well, where's Uncle Jimbo? I don't know. He hasn't said anything. Then let's just start eating. Oh my goodness. Like you say, it's like, well, it's rude to start eating until everyone's present. It's also rude to be late and not say, hey, I'm going to be there late. If you're going to be late and you call and say, hey, I'm going to be late, most of the time it means I'm going to be late. Please start eating without me. I will be there. Well, I'm late most of the time, and whenever people start eating before I get there, usually most of the food's gone. Then get there on time. Also, know your party number. I call it a party number because I really don't know like the scientific term for it. But like the amount of drinks that you can have in a certain amount of time and still be okay. Just everyone needs to know their limit. Everyone needs to know is like, all right, I really need to stop drinking at this point if I'm going to be okay tomorrow. Or like I shouldn't have that drink because I have reached my limit. Everyone should know that, whether you are a party goer or not. All right, don't vape. But if you do, please ask before you start doing it in someone's home. Well, it's not tobacco, it's harmless. Why should I have to ask? Because I don't want my room smelling like cookies and cream. If I did, I would just buy a candle. But instead, you're vaping in my room and it smells weird and I don't like it. So please ask me before you do so. At all times, carry a handkerchief or tissues. Now, the argument to that is people say, like, well, I don't want to carry around a rag full of snot in my pocket. That's just gross. You're mistaken. I don't want to do that either. I don't wake up in the morning and think, oh boy, I get to put mucus in my pocket. That's not it at all. The point is that there's lots of times where I'm in a situation and you're like, oh my gosh, I wish I had a rag. I wish I could wipe my nose. I wish I could cover, or I wish I could bandage this cut. Ta-da! Handkerchief or tissues. I say tissues because, I know a lot of women that just carry tissues around in their purse, and I think they wouldn't really go for the handkerchief. But for guys, yeah, handkerchief, totally. Stick it in your back pocket. It's fine. Stop using stupid passwords. Oh my goodness, please, just stop making stupid passwords. I feel like that should be the next presidential campaign. If there's a presidential nominee and their campaign slogan is stop using stupid passwords, I will vote for them in a heartbeat. Oh my gosh, I will pick it outside and demand that they become president of the United States. Because let's just take a quick internet Google search here. Do not do things like 1 2 3 4 5 6 or password or sunshine, admin, welcome, password 1, QWERTY 1 2 3. Oh my gosh. In terms of technology, I am very low leveled. I'm not a great hacker, or I know how to I'm not even going to pretend to know how security systems work or the internet works or computers for that matter. But I know a little bit. Just don't make it so easy for these people to actually know what they're doing. Don't make it so easy that your password is password. It is pronounced GIF. We need all the top scientists to come together, and we need to decide what is the rules for time travel, because I'm getting so sick and tired of all these different time travel rules in all these different movies. Like, you'll see it in like one series and it's like, oh, it's an alternate universe, or this one, it's like it actually goes back in time, and it's like whatever you do in the past actually does affect the future. And there's the other ones where you go back in time, but whatever you do technically already happened, so nothing ever changes because it's kind of a continuous loop. Oh, it's frustrating. It makes it very difficult to keep track of like what's the actual rules. So my personal opinion is we follow Star Trek rules. Oh, like that Star Trek reboot where like they go back in time and it's like whatever happened on like one timeline, and then they go back and it's like it creates a separate timeline. That, I think, is the best way to do time travel rules. But I could be mistaken. That might not be like the most scientifically accurate way to do it. So I just say we need to set those rules down. Please. Christmas should start after Thanksgiving. Thanksgiving, bam, Christmas starts. Because I'm getting tired of having Christmas be a 2-month-long holiday. It's so infuriating going to pick up my discounted Halloween candy and there's 2 giant inflatable Christmas trees there and just like, Christmas is here, everybody. There's Santa, there's Rudolph, there's all the dang reindeer and presents, and this is exactly what I'm talking about. Today is November 1st, the day after Halloween. I'm here to buy Halloween candy on cheap. What is this? It's Christmas trees. They're inflatable Christmas trees right outside the gates of Walmart. You better buy things in order to make your family love you, because otherwise they're gonna hate you for the rest of the year. 2019 is gonna be horrible unless you buy your kids that brand new $800 TV. In my mind, it is incredibly heartbreaking. Essentially, we celebrate Christmas to celebrate the birth of Jesus. In all of mankind, the greatest gift we could have ever possibly have been given, like beyond all of our imagination. And instead, we have turned this holiday into just, you gotta buy things in order to make people love you. And that's the point of Christmas now. And it's heartbreaking. The commercialization of this. Like, I just got out of college, so I feel like I still have the right to act like I know what I'm talking about. Does that make sense? If you're going to record something on your phone, please hold your phone horizontally so that whenever like you upload it to YouTube or Facebook or whatever, it just looks better. That also kind of leads into another thing. So that's why I feel like a hypocrite talking about this, because I record things all the time, but there's a lot of people that I see that they record things, that they go to these events, they see these things, and instead of actually like viewing it and watching it like them there, they're just recording it, and they go for the recording, they don't actually go for the experience. And I know this because especially this happened at EDC where I was recording something, and then later I was like, I don't remember being there at all. Like, I have the footage right here, I'm looking at it. I then lost all that footage because I broke my phone. But like, I'm looking at it, I see it there, but I don't actually remember being there. I don't actually remember taking this footage. And that happens all the time where it's like, I don't remember recording that, or I don't remember taking that picture, but I wish I was there because that would have been awesome to experience. It's like, well, you were there, you could have experienced it, but instead you were looking through your phone for it. So I would highly recommend that if you're ever going on vacation or you're ever seeing something, I'm not saying don't record it, but please take a moment just to turn that into a real memory. Take that into something where you actually see it through your own eyes and not through a digital screen. And lastly, you do not have to be an expert in something to enjoy it. You do not have to know everything about everything to enjoy something. So many times now where it's like, well, I love Star Wars. I was like, well, how much do you know about Star Wars? Did you read all the books? How deep are you into the Clone Wars animated TV show? Do you know who this is? Do you know who this is? It's like, can I not just appreciate this thing? Can I not just watch this and say, like, I like that world? Like, I love The Witcher 3, but like, I love playing The Witcher 3. I love that whole lore, that story, but The Witcher 3 is all I have in that universe. I haven't read any of the books. I haven't played any of the other games. I don't even like Gwent. Whoever likes Gwent, for people that don't know what I'm talking about, it's a card game in the video game. The Witcher 3 is all I have in that, but I love that. I love that story. I love that world. So am I not allowed to enjoy that? All right, cool. Well, thank you all very much for coming back and checking on me. Yes, I'm doing A-okay. Thank you for asking. I will check you guys next time. I don't think I'll be free for the rest of January, and I think I'm looking a little packed through February. Metro Exodus comes out on the 22nd of February, so I think I'm gonna be a little busy then. March looks pretty open. So how about I get back to you guys on St. Patrick's Day? How about that? Does that work for everybody? Cool. I will see you guys on St. Patty's Day. Peace.